So institutional money has been making obviously a big impact early on. It's helped Bitcoin do some things price-wise it's never historically done. We've seen over $12 billion worth of inflows into spot Bitcoin ETF products here in the US. And this is anticipated to grow even further as the year goes on, begin to accelerate as more and more entities start to get into these types of products. But I'll tell you what, in the short term here, we're expected to see another big inflow of institutional money. And I want to tell you why. So we've talked about the approval of these spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs in Hong Kong. But what many people did not know is that several leading asset managers in China are in the final stages of preparation to launch these products, and they're anticipated to start trading by the end of April. So coming very soon here. Now, many people are wondering, what kind of impact is this going to have on the market? We've obviously seen what institutional money has done here at home. What is this going to do abroad? So the expectations for these funds are to accumulate around $1 billion in assets under management over a 2-year period. So very small in comparison to what we've seen so far. Now, I will say this. What we saw here in the US was a crushing of expectations. We expected to do, I believe it was $2 billion in assets under management over the first year. And we've obviously blown that out of the water in a very short period of time, of 6 times that in 4 months. So do I expect that same thing to happen in China or in Hong Kong specifically? Yeah, probably. The reason why is that, remember, they want to establish themselves as a digital hub. They want to get into, industry and tech early. And guess what? They want their piece of the pie, just like institutional money does here at home. Now, do I expect this to be as big of an influx as we're seeing here at home? Not necessarily. The reason why is, BlackRock is obviously the largest asset manager in the world. We have some of the largest asset managers worldwide already in crypto, creating some of these spot ETF products. But don't sleep on the amount of capital that exists in Hong Kong itself. Remember, there's over $26 trillion in assets that are managed by institutional money in Hong Kong. Don't be surprised if we see some big influxes as time goes on. Now, again, it's going to ramp up over time. They're not all going to flow in, all at once. And where this kind of differs is, remember, we're still facing some type of scrutiny from the SEC here at home, probably putting some people's mind not quite at ease. We're kind of getting tempered influxes right now. Well, guess what? In China, they got the green light. All right, remember, this is big because a lot of this capital that is in China, in Hong Kong, is just starting to flow back in. What I want people to remember is when we look back at the charts, in 2021, crypto in general was actually banned in China. That was this big drop that we saw here, this big black swan event. It was a lot of capital leaving the industry. The approval of capital to flow back in, I think was, if I remember, was somewhere back here. So we started to see some of that early influx of capital, but really we haven't seen the big players in the space, the big institutional money start to flow in a large way yet. But that is what's coming. So just be prepared. This month could start to get a little wild by the end of this. This is a big reason why I've talked about, we may not see further drops. There is so many entities out there that want to get their piece of the pie. And guess what? They don't like waiting. They don't want to wait and let retail take up further positions here. It's this battle, right? It's this balancing act. Do we wait and hope for further drops, or do we take up our positions now? And that's what institutional money is doing. They're taking up their positions now. They're not waiting. And the thing is, if people in this industry, especially retail, if they wait too long, you might lose out on a bigger portion of the pie. So I appreciate you guys. Just thought I'd share that with you. We'll obviously see how much it flows in over time. We might not get much transparency in this regard, but we'll just have to wait and see. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.